Hello everybody, welcome back to wolfeei. Today we have another MCC video to talk about. MCC 30, I'm just gonna not cut it out this time. MCC 30, god damn it, MCC 36 predictions, more realistic edition. I'm not gonna lie, we'll get to it in a little bit, but it's hard, okay? It's hard to make like really super cool, like unique predictions without like excluding a bunch of people, so we'll get to that in a little bit. Either way, I was watching Tango. This is not a hint to who I put on the prediction thing, by the way. It was just fun. Little plug before we get into the juiciness of the video. I will be live by the time this video is up, probably playing some Hoplite. I'm going to do fishing rod only, okay? Fishing rod strats, it's going to work. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to hopefully make it work. Anyways, to start, first I have the wiki open, because we're going to be looking at the first event of every season, or every section of season for season 2, to count that one, and looking at what, in terms of newcomers happened, what happened in terms of like returning players, etc. I think for the most part here, in MCC 29, Shane was technically the only like newcomer. He's not marked down as a newcomer because his only event before this was MCC 27, which was a half canon event where the win counted and then everything else did not. So Shane was the newcomer for this event, which makes sense to be like the only one, because he was really good and pretty hyped up to be in the event. So yeah, that makes sense. Then MCC 20, there was 3 newcomers, which was Purpled, Elena, and Scar. This is honestly a newcomer lineup that should be talked about more. This is a banger one. Purpled and Scar and Elena all have like had pretty significant moments in MCC, and yeah, these teams are like crazy. So yeah. And then MCC 14 also had 3 newcomers, being Skeppy Bad and Jack Manifold. Also 3 people who have made an appearance at MCC a couple of times and have been very significant members of the MCC roster. Either way, let's get started with the teams. This is what I came up with. They are relatively simple, but a couple things to talk about first, okay? I tried putting 2 newcomers in. The 2 people I picked that I think are more likely picks for newcomers to get in are Curryway and Skizzleman. I know Skizzleman is a highly requested person to join. I don't know if Skizz has like talked about wanting to be in MCC, but I know that he is a very highly requested person, at least in the Hermitcraft and, you know, revolving around that, I guess, Minecraft YouTube scene for the most part. Like that community has been requesting Skizzleman to be on, it'd be in the event. I think together with Impulse would make sense. And then Curryway, as much as I would love to say, oh, for sure Curryway is going to be in first event, I'm not sold on it. Look, if you look at the people that are not in, you got Shadoon and Hannah as 2 notable people that you would expect to be in an MCC, not in. And I know for a fact that as long as they can make it, they would sign up, and I think they should be in. But, you know, we're at a point now with MCC where if you want to have new top players in, some of the regulars who you expect to be in are not going to be in, and that is a little tricky. For the most part, I mean, these teams, I don't really have to get into detail, like what is behind the teams' thought process. Also, disclaimer, these are obviously not going to be balanced because I don't organize MCC, so I don't know the stats, I don't know the exact nitty-gritty of everything. I tried a little bit, I tried to make them somewhat fair. Maybe I succeeded, maybe I failed. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, Curryway, I'll talk about the 2 teams that I'll talk about some of the teams. Curryway with Cub and False would make sense for our first event. That is something that the fans really want to see. I think Callum makes for a good 4th on that team. I'm sure that there's plenty of other candidates who could make for a good 4th, but with Curry being on the team, you do have to be slightly careful with how good of a second frag you can give him. So I think Callum is kind of the perfect like fit there, because Callum is definitely someone who has massive pop-off potential, but I also don't think Callum is necessarily a guaranteed like top 10 candidate, or maybe even he'll probably be a top 15 candidate, but top 10 is still potential instead of guaranteed. And then the team below, I did not intentionally make these teams, 2 colors right next to each other, but Shane on a team with Impulse and Skizzleman, it makes sense because Impulse and Shane, when they teamed, was a good time, and with newer Hermits, we tend to see them with either Pizza Hut or Fire Breath Man. I think Fire Breath Man and Impulse and then Skizzleman would make for a fun combo, and I just put Harvey there. I think, honestly, that team could very much benefit from having a pretty competent second frag, and I think a Fire Breath Man and Tap Al duo would be pretty interesting to see. They are really good friends as far as I can remember, at least, so I think that would make for a very fun team. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, the rest is pretty simple. You got like a funny team on red. I think this is a good opener. You know, you got Tubbo, you got Tubbo Becky duo, Ant and Michaela duo, and then the rest of the team also having good chemistry. I think it's just a good starter. Green team, I think, is another one that would be really eye-catching. H and Joel duo would make a lot more sense now because Joel is obviously a hermit, and H-Bomb loves teaming with hermits. I think it's just a hermit team with H, but it could be balanced, I think. I don't really know how good Gem and Pearl do nowadays in MCC, but I know that there's some of the better ones from Hermitcraft to participate. So yeah, I think that green team could be very fun. Not sure if it's strong enough, but it could be a very fun team, and I like it. Then blue team is another notable one. You know, Critic Zeus appearance. Initially, I was going to put Sasha or Vixella on this team. I don't know if that's fair with Fruit, Zeus, and Gumi, because I don't really know how good Zeus and Gumi do in MCC nowadays. But yeah, this team, I mean, if I can tell where Sasha is, there you go. This team could be that, and it would be fine. It's either of those, you know, either Shelby or Sasha on that team, I think could be fun. And then a pink team is just, you know, a bad Skeppy duo with Sapnap and Sam. Initially, I wanted to put some of the newcomers on there potentially, but I couldn't really come up with a structural team that would make sense to be on pink. I don't know if Aqua Team or Cyan Team would qualify for pink team simply based on just being the team with a newcomer. I don't think that would apply, but I could be wrong. So yeah, that is the prediction here. I think this is a bit more realistic, you know, 2 less newcomers than I did in the Copium predictions. Yes, there are some returning players, but I guess for a first MCC back, that is possible. I mean, I don't remember exactly from here who maybe came back from playing or whatnot, but I mean, some of the people here I wouldn't expect to see in. Like George, Foolish, Rambu, Phil, I don't know is Amy on here? Yeah, Amy as well. I mean, I just don't know if they'll play again. It's up to them really, but I just don't know if they will. And then there's 3 more things. One fun and one not so fun. The not so fun I will not talk about too much because I don't want to get myself involved with drama. But first, someone made extremely stacked teams. You know, there was some things. I saw this orange team, and it put a little smile on my face, because I know that obviously this is never happening, but God, this would be so fun. And then people are saying that my team and blue team would be the final 2. And if you look at the blue team, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I would fully agree. You can't even pull like but they're newcomers card. No, this is just very strong. Let's keep it real. Even if you could throw in the inexperienced argument, Lewis and Curry have been doing watch parties for MCC as of recent, I'm pretty sure. So they're also caught up in terms of knowledge, and Feinberg adapts to events like nobody else. So I don't know, man. This blue team wins. We might have a chance at Dodgebolt against them, maybe, but that's about it. And then finally, not so fun topic, but we'll talk about it a little bit. I was told in the comment section by someone that if you look at the quote retweets on the MCC announcement, they're not very fun. I mean, we can look at it very briefly, but people are calling MCC crazy names and titles. I don't know if I missed anything, but just for your own, well-being, just don't go on Twitter. I also have the Scar tweet pulled up, not because I think people are mad at Scar, but there's 222 quote retweets, and only like 5 of them are public. I hope, or there's only, I don't know how many of them are reposts. This might just all be reposts, but I just hope that there's not a bunch of people mad at Scar. Okay, he just misses MCC. Let him live. Okay, but yeah, some people really stuck up about past things with MCC. I mean, up to them if they want to stay mad or whatnot. But like, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really, I didn't really pay attention to these situations. So stay off Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, keep it like that. Just don't go on Twitter. All right. Yeah, those are the teams, and thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.